Cue hamster.
In the quiet corners of Denville Hall, a retirement home for entertainment industry veterans in Northwood London, the voice that shaped generations of British childhoods fell silent on June 19, 2017. Brian Cant, the beloved children's television presenter who brought warmth and whimsy to millions, had taken his final bow. His journey from a small printing press in Ipswich to becoming the heart of British children's television spanned over 5 decades. Join us as we explore his remarkable story.
This is Brian. We all know and love from Play School and Play Away and Bric-a-Brac. But you've been away from telly for a while now, haven't you?
Yes, I have, really, yes. Actually, I just remembered I did a Jack and Ori months ago that's going to go out in January. But, I mean, that's the way things are.
Blown the gag.
But apart from that, I haven't been doing much telly lately.
From printer to Play School pioneer. In the bustling market town of Ipswich, during the summer of 1933, a star was born. Young Brian Cant spent his formative years wandering the halls of Northgate Grammar School for Boys, harboring dreams far beyond the conventional paths laid before him. The local hippodrome became his sanctuary, where he would lose himself in the mesmerizing performances of music hall legends, particularly the charismatic Max Miller, whose influence subtly weaved its way into Cant's future performing style. But the practical necessities of post-war Britain led him to the printing trade, where he spent his early working years surrounded by the mechanical rhythms of printing presses rather than the applause he dreamed of. But beneath the ink-stained hands and steady hum of machinery, his theatrical ambitions continued to simmer. The transition from printer to performer began at the Ipswich Theatre, where Cant first dipped his toes into the world of acting. The taste of the spotlight proved intoxicating. The Mountain View Theatre Club became his training ground, where he honed his craft among fellow dreamers in amateur productions. The real turning point was in 1964, as Britain's television landscape was expanding with the launch of BBC Two. While performing in BBC School's Roman history dramas, Cant learned of auditions for a revolutionary new children's program. The show's creators were seeking something unprecedented, presenters who could connect with young viewers in their homes, speaking to them as individuals rather than a mass audience. His audition for Play School became legendary within BBC circles. The simple task of climbing into a cardboard box and pretending to row out to sea revealed something extraordinary about Cant, an ability to transform the mundane into magic through pure imagination. His natural warmth and playful creativity shined through as he mimed fishing from his makeshift boat, eventually pulling up an imaginary Wellington boot filled with custard. This moment of inspired whimsy secured him not just a role, but a place in British television history. What began as a simple audition in May 1964 evolved into a 21-year journey with Play School, establishing Cant as the cornerstone of children's television. The voice that built Trumpton.
Actor originally, before you did any children's presenting, weren't you?
Yeah, I started as an actor, and I used to do plays, all sorts of things. Doctor Who, I was annihilated twice, in Doctor Who.
In the mid-1960s, within the intimate confines of composer Freddie Phillips's bedroom-turned-recording studio, a magical transformation was taking place. This modest space, far from the glossy production studios of the BBC, became the birthplace of some of Britain's most beloved animated characters, all brought to life through the remarkable versatility of Brian Cant's voice. The journey into the world of Trumpton began with Camberwick Green in 1966. Gordon Murray, the visionary puppeteer behind these series, recognized in Cant's voice the perfect blend of warmth, authority, and whimsy needed to narrate these miniature worlds. The recording sessions were intensive affairs, with 3 episodes captured in a single day. But Cant's ability to maintain consistency and character throughout these marathon sessions was remarkable. The world he helped create was one of delightful precision. From the methodical firefighters of Trumpton, Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble, and Grubb, to the industrious mill workers of Chigley, each character emerged distinct and memorable through Cant's vocal craftsmanship. His narration transformed simple stop-motion puppetry into a living, breathing community that captured the imagination of millions of young viewers. These weren't merely children's shows, they were intricate tapestries of British life, woven together by Cant's narrative thread. The clockwork precision of Trumpton's fire brigade, the bustling market square of Camberwick Green, and the steam-driven splendor of Chigley's biscuit factory all sprang to life through his masterful storytelling. The success lay not just in its technical achievement, but in the way Cant's voice created an atmosphere of comfort and reliability. The musical interludes, accompanied by Freddie Phillips' distinctive guitar work, became even more memorable through Cant's melodic delivery. Behind the playful facade, beyond the cheerful exterior that millions of children knew and loved, lay a more complex story of resilience and determination. In 1999, while still actively performing and bringing joy to new generations, Brian Cant received the news that dramatically altered the trajectory of his later years: a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease. It arrived at a time when Cant was still enchanting young audiences through his role in Dappledown Farm, yet few viewers could detect the internal battle he was waging. His professional approach remained steadfast. The same warm smile and engaging presence continued to light up the screen, even as he privately adapted to the growing challenges of his condition. Throughout the early 2000s, Cant's determination to continue his work despite his health challenges spoke volumes about his character. The man who had spent decades making difficult concepts accessible to children now faced his own complex journey. His ability to maintain his trademark warmth and enthusiasm, even as the symptoms of Parkinson's progressed, demonstrated a remarkable strength of spirit. Recognition for his lifetime of work arrived in 2010 when the British Academy of Film and Television Arts honored him with a special award. The ceremony marked a poignant moment in British television history, acknowledging not just his contributions to children's entertainment, but also the dignity with which he had carried himself throughout his career and personal challenges. The standing ovation he received that evening reflected the deep appreciation felt by both industry peers and generations of viewers who had grown up with his gentle guidance. Behind the scenes, Cant's approach to his condition mirrored the educational spirit he brought to children's television, facing each day with curiosity, adaptability, and an unwavering commitment to moving forward. His later years revealed that the qualities that had made him such a beloved figure, patience, perseverance, and the ability to find joy in simple moments, served him well in facing his greatest personal challenge. This chapter of Cant's story added another layer to his legacy, showing that the man who had taught millions of children around the world was also teaching them, through his example, about grace under pressure and the quiet strength found in facing life's difficulties with dignity and determination. The final curtain. The summer of 2017 brought a profound silence to British television as news spread of Brian Cant's passing at Denville Hall, a retirement home for entertainment professionals in London. At 83 years old, after a lengthy battle with Parkinson's disease, the voice that had guided generations of children through their formative years fell quiet. The date was July 19th, a warm summer's day. Denville Hall, with its rich history of housing Britain's beloved performers, had become Cant's final home. The setting seemed fitting for a man who had dedicated his life to entertainment, surrounded by others who understood the unique journey of bringing joy to millions. His final years, despite increasing challenges of his condition, he maintained the gentle demeanor that had endeared him to audiences for over 5 decades. His legacy lived on not just in memories, but in the lasting impact he had on children's television. The final chapter of his story closed much as he had lived, with dignity, surrounded by those who understood the power of performance to touch lives. Now it's time to hear from you. What are your favorite memories of Brian Cant? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.